What's up, guys? My name's TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you my Cupsy, or I should say, yummy deck profile. This deck is a lot of fun, has a lot of explosibility. You are basically summoning a lot of light beasts or just light monsters. This deck has a lot of capabilities playing into your synchros and just being able to establish a very cute board of monsters that can cause a lot of interruptions and play through numerous hand traps. This deck is a major pain to go against, but also super fun to play. I will state that for the record. I picked up this deck after my friend Peyton decided to play it against me, and it's been a lot of fun just watching him play and doing a couple test hands. This deck is a lot of fun and has the capability to further grow, especially with the new support coming out in Doom of Dimensions. However, before that support dropped, I wanted to at least bring this to you guys and see what y'all thought of the deck profile. So let's go ahead and hop right on into this. So for this deck, I recommend that you do stick with the basic three, which are the 3 cups of yummy, the 3 cookie yummy, and then the 3 lollipop yummy. This deck is a lot of fun, but they do offer their own effects depending on which ones and how they are summoned. So for Cupsy, if you control a Link 1 monster or a level 2 Synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Cupsy Yummy once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Yummy card from your deck to your hand except Cupsy Yummy, or if this card was special summoned by the effect of a Synchro monster, you could draw 1 card instead. Cookie Yummy, if you control a Link 1 or a level 2 Synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Cookie once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, you could target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, it loses 1,000 attack, or if this was special summoned by the effect of a Synchro monster, you can destroy that monster instead. Then there's the Lollipop. If you control a Link 1 monster or a level 2 Synchro, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Lollipop Yummy once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, you could target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, or if this card was special summoned by the effect of a Synchro monster, you could banish that card instead. You can only use the effect of Lollipop Yummy once per turn. So overall, this deck has a lot of capabilities to further expand because you have a Link 1 or a level 2 Synchro on the board, which you could tell they're going to be having a lot of because that's what they're based around. And depending on the actual summoning, the way it's summoned, you can trigger off different effects. Now, what is the other monster that I play for this deck that is not a hand trap? The fun part is I play 2 Yuka no Mitsune no Tamayaru. If you control level 4 or lower, light, beast, plant, or fairy monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. A monster that was synchro summoned using this card gains the following effects. Gains 500 defense. Your opponent cannot target defense position cards with card effects. Or this defense position card with card effects. So basically, you take this and a Lollipop, a Cookie, or Cupsy Yummy and go into your Herald of Arclight, and your opponent cannot target it with card effects, which can really become an irritation for them later on. That's all I'm really playing for main monsters for the actual deck outside of hand traps. However, I am playing some spells that will help supplement and get you going further into your combos. So we'll start out with the Yummy stuff, which is I'm playing 2 Yummy Surprise. You can activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of Yummy Surprise once per turn. You can target 2 light beast monsters you control and 2 cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand. You can special summon 1 Yummy monster from your hand or graveyard, but cannot attack directly this turn. Return 1 field spell from your face-up field or graveyard to your hand, then you can place 1 Yummy field spell from your hand face-up on your field, which is very helpful if you're looking to swap out the actual field spells. Speaking of those field spells, I play 2 Yummy Amusement Mignon. This is basically how you're making your monsters super big while also dealing a lot of damage. Yummy monsters you control gain 500 attack for each light beast monster on the field. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Yummy Amusement Mignon once per turn. If you control a Link 1 monster, you could target 1 level 1 Yummy monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is in your graveyard, you could target 2 Yummy monsters in your graveyard and or banishment. Place this card and them on the bottom of the deck in any order. So it allows for infinite recyclability as long as this card hits the graveyard. You basically want to banish this card so they can't really recycle back. Next, I do play the 1 Yummy Amusement Acrylate. If you sync or summon a light beast synchro monster, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. If a face-up monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Yummy monster from your deck. If this card is in your graveyard, you could target 2 Yummy monsters in your graveyard and or banishment. Place this card and them on the bottom of the deck in any order. You can only use each effect of Yummy Amusement Acrylate once per turn. So, that's the really nutty part about these spells, because this basically allows for replacement, but this allows for OT capability. So, what other spells are we really running that can help supplement this engine? Well, first off, you're going to see a lot of people playing this engine, which is the Sky Striker package, which is 3 Mobilize Engage, 1 Hornet Drone, and 1 Mecha. 1 Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor. Widow Anchor functions as basically an effect veiler, but if you could have 3 or more spells in the graveyard, you can also steal that opponent's monster as well. It's great in time where you kind of need to just rip away resources to prevent your opponent from continuously playing. Mecha Hornet Drones is just a great way to get into a Link 1, such as Kagari, to get your Engage back so you can activate Engage to add either Widow Anchor back to your hand or just another Sky Striker card. But since we're only running these 5, you're not going to be able to really proc off that effect. You're basically going to be using Engage to get one of these 2. Then, as long as you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you can then draw one. So it's an additional draw if you would like to. Alright. So, what are the other spells that are also being played for this deck? Well, a main staple, I would say, is 3 Obedience Schooled. Obedience Schooled is really insane because if you control no monsters, you can special summon 3 level 2 or lower beast effect monsters with different names from their deck, but their effects are negated. They are also destroyed during the end phase. For the rest of this term, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon except for beast monsters. Even though it does beast lock you, it gets you into each of your Yummy monsters. So you can go into your Link 1, further climb up, and do other moves. Even if it is ashed or prevented, you can still use that as a way to really bait your opponent if you have a good hand. Next, I play the 1 Pot of Prosperity, just because some of the extra deck we don't really need, but it gives us capability for extra draw power. Plus, Mignon also gives us more damage than what we could usually do without it. I also play the 1 Called by the Grave, a 1-for-1, a triple tactics talent, or triple tactics thrust, so we can search, and then a triple tactics talent, because this card also helps us get either hand knowledge, draw 2, or take an opponent's monster that we don't want them having, and we can use it for something else. But that's basically all for the actual deck that I do play that is not hand traps. Now, when looking at this deck, you're going to see where it's a lot more spell heavy than what you would expect. Well, the Hornet Drones does summon a token that can be used continuously for just basically making a Link 1 or giving you that extra material that you may need. But you do have a lot more space as well to run a lot more hand traps. As you'll see, I'm playing a lot of hand traps for a normal deck, such as 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Drone Lockbird, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 2 Effect Veiler, and 2 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. In all honesty, if you really want to up it a little bit more, you could cut the talents and the thrust and run 2 Ghost Ogre as well. Some people are starting to run going second cards, because if you go second and you're not activating monster effects, it prevents your opponent from really going into and making Azuna and K9 plays. This can also help you with controlling the board state, but also establishing a board as well. Depending on what you're trying to utilize and run with, it can definitely help this deck basically blow off and go up into a much bigger board state than you would think possible. Alright, so that is all I'm really playing for the main deck. I will state that if you do hit their graveyard and prevent them from really summoning back their smaller main deck monsters, it does hurt them a lot for combo capability. However, for this deck, we're going to be looking at the extra, which has a lot of fun little techniques to further allow you to get more monsters on the board and keep putting aggression towards the game. So first up, we have one Cookie Yummy Way. It's a Beast Synchro Tuner level 2 effect monster. If this card is Synchro Summoned, you could treat one Link 1 monster you control as a level 1 tuner. You can only use each of the following effects of Cookie Yummy Way once per turn. If this card is Synchro Summoned, you could target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change them to face-down defense position, which can help you out a lot. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can return this card to the extra deck, special summon up to 2 Yummy monsters from your graveyard. So, if you try to go into Cookie Yummy Way after they establish a rank monster and they activate the rank monster effect for Xyz, or if they're activating a K9 effect, you can Yummy Way, try to set those 2, or if not, you can go back and then bounce it back, summon 2 Yummy monsters that will allow you to pop, such as Cookie, or to draw one, which is Cupsy. Next, we have 2 Cupsy Yummy Way. This card allows you to do a lot with the actual deck, because if it's Synchro Summon, you can still treat a Link 1 monster you control as a level 1 tuner, but you get to add 2 Yummy monsters from your deck to your hand, and then discard 1 card. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can return this card to the extra deck and special summon up to 2 Yummy monsters from your graveyard. It's just a great way to get more monsters into your hand. Next, I play 2 Lollipo Yummy Way. For this card, Synchro Summon, normal thing, which is treat a Link 1 monster you control as a level 1 tuner. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon 2 Yummy monsters from your graveyard, but negate their effects. Also, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can return this card to the extra deck, special summon 2 Yummy monsters from your graveyard. This card just basically allows you to further your combo plays, so when it's summoned, you revive back the 2 monsters you used to Synchro Summon into it to go into another Synchro monster. For the other Synchros, I'm playing 1 The Starham. If this card is Synchro Summon, you could discard 1 card, special summon 1 monster from your graveyard that was used as material for its Synchro Summon, and if you do, it's treated as a tuner. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 2 cards, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. It's an additional light beast target that helps you boost your actual damage output. Then, of course, we're playing 2 Herald of the Arclight, because this card is really beneficial and helpful for the deck for board control. Any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can tribute this card and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 ritual or 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. Overall, it's just allowing you to further set up a negation for your opponent. Alright, so that's all for the actual synchros of the deck. What do I play for the links? For the links, I'm playing 1 Relinquish Anima because they're all level 1 monsters. It's an easy capability to steal a monster that's in the extra monster zone. It's Arrow, just to make it to where it's a bigger monster, or just get rid of a problematic one. Next is 1 Link Spider. In case you get in a beard, this allows you to further play through your combos in case you need to get more board state. The 1 Sky Striker Ace Kagari, because with the Hornet Drones, you can use the Hornet Drones, go into Kagari to get back a spell from your graveyard, so you can either add the drones back, or you can add the Engage that you use to search the drones, and then draw 1 or do whatever. Next, I play 3 Yummy Snatchy, which is insanely fun to use, because if this card is special summoned, you can place 1 Yummy Field spell from your hand or deck face up on the field. You also cannot Link summon Link 3 or higher Link monsters for the rest of the turn. You only use the effect of Yummy Snatchy once per turn. Once per chain.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?